Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I appreciate your time. Thank you for watching. If you're new here, this is Guns and Gadgets, and I bring you Second Amendment news every single day. If you want to stay in the know, if you love our God-given right to keep and bear arms, then subscribe to this channel and I'll keep you in the loop every single day. Got two little updates for you today. The first one, yesterday morning before I jumped in a plane and just traveled home, I'm back home behind the enemy lines here for family. I told you that I'd signed on to an amicus brief standing for the First Amendment in the auto key card case where the assistant U.S. attorney was targeting John Crump and Rich Hughes, Flying Rich, for releasing information on that case. They're both good friends with CRS Firearms. That's his case. So they've been putting out the information as the case has gone on, and the assistant U.S. attorney had a problem with that. So a couple of us filed upon a brief standing with him. And we have good news to report on that. I'm sorry, I'm a day late because I was traveling all day yesterday, and yeah, so things will be a little different for the next couple days for me. But the government, the United States of America, who's suing CRS Firearms and his plaintiff there, the government removed that motion for a gag order. I believe it's because of the videos that were put out saying that we are, what we're doing and how we're fighting back, and how John Crump and Rich Hughes got GOA right away to support them, and a bunch of attorneys, high-powered attorneys, put their foot down. So the government removed that motion. They vacated their own motion. So that's a good win. That's a win for the First Amendment in that case, and that case will now proceed. I think sentencing is next week. I'm not sure. There's a lot of stuff going on in my head right now. But I wanted to give you an update on what happened yesterday while I was in the sky. We had some breaking news out of Illinois, and unfortunately it's more bad news out of Illinois, and it has to do with the assault weapon ban, or the PICA, the P-I-C-A, which is the Protect Illinois Communities Act, that Governor Pritzker signed within days of his re-election, following, of course, a shooting in the state. That's what they do. They tug on the heartstrings. It was a 4-3 decision, and I'm going to give you a quote from the court. Here it is. First, we hold the circuit court erroneously entered summary judgment for plaintiffs on their equal protection and special legislation claims. Plaintiffs are not similarly situated to the trained professionals, and I'm going to tell you more about that here in a minute because it's asinine. To the extent plaintiffs claim they possess restricted items, they are not treated differently from the grandfathered individuals. To the extent plaintiffs claim they do not possess restricted items, they are dissimilar to the grandfathered individuals who have a reliance interest in retaining them. Second, we hold that plaintiffs waived any Second Amendment challenge to the restrictions, as the complaint did not state a claim, and plaintiffs explicitly and repeatedly disclaimed any such argument in the circuit court. Third, we hold plaintiffs' failure to cross-appeal from the denial of relief under Count 2 bars them from renewing their 3 readings claim here. For these reasons, the judgment of the Circuit Court of Macon County is reversed. What does that gibberish mean? If you remember back in May, I'll pin I did a couple of videos on it because there was an preliminary injunction granted, and then there was appeal to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court didn't get involved. All kinds of craziness happened within a month-ish. But the long and the short of it is this case wasn't challenged on Second Amendment grounds, and that's what the judges are saying here on their thing when they say second. This was challenged on equal protection. Why? Because this had a huge carve-out for government and law enforcement where they could have these items, but we, the people, couldn't have those items. So there were a couple lawsuits that were consolidated for this decision, and one of them was Republican Representative Dan Calkins. It was saying that, look, the Constitution doesn't allow you to create 2 classes of people, and this is what they did here, so that in and of itself is illegal. And courts agreed, right? But Illinois State Supreme Court, which is trying to keep the FOID card on the books. That's their firearms owner's identification card. That's being challenged right now. That they're trying to keep all the gun control in place, right? It's no secret what's going on. This law, which was signed immediately after Pritzker was re-elected, and it was challenged within days of him signing it, it's obviously illegal and unconstitutional under Heller, under Bruin, and it will fall. It's just got to go through the freaking steps that aggravate all of us. So it will continue, I'm sure, because it's going to be challenged at a federal level. But this is the state court. This is the state Supreme Court saying that the Illinois assault weapon ban and magazine ban are constitutional. And they also said that we didn't challenge it on Second Amendment grounds, so we're not even considering it. Yeah, it's bad news. The good news is we won in the First Amendment issue yesterday. We took an L here, the Second Amendment issue, although it wasn't a Second Amendment issue per se in court. It was challenged on two classes being created here, equal protection. So we'll see what happens on the next step going forward. You haven't seen the end of it. If you want to stay in the know, subscribe to this channel down below. I bring you information every day from legislation to litigation and everything else in between, no matter where it happens, no matter what's happening in my life. Remember, say I love you to your loved ones, because you never know when you will not get that chance again. I love each and every single one of you. Thank you for making what I do possible. I can't tell you how much it has helped me, my family, and my children, and I am forever grateful. Have a great day. Take care.